The comedian wrote lyrics to the Jurassic Park theme, so it only works if you sing it. Oh, no, there's... Okay, I know what you're saying. But, like... Oh, I see what you mean. I don't know. What is that? There, I want it, whatever it is. No, the lyrics... The lyrics to Jurassic Park is, oh my effing god, it's a dinosaur, Jesus Christ, what the F? Oh my effing god, it's a dinosaur. That's the lyrics.
I thought it was holy effing F.
It might be, but I can't say the words that I want to say.
Ah, so you can't tell.
Yeah. Give me that trash! It's gonna be a little statue that got knocked over. Also, how's that Charmander standing against that curtain and not setting it on fire? Holy shucking fit, it's a dinosaur. Yes, that's it. So why did Jesse end up playing? Am I right on? Klefki start as God of War? Yikes. Why would you be surprised about the presence of dinosaurs in Jurassic Park? That makes no sense. Have you not been to a place knowing what's going to happen and not been in awe still? Is that like when I took a photo of a pothole at the Berlin Wall? Yes. It's exactly the same thing. Sure. That's like saying, why would you be surprised Mount Everest is there when you go to see Mount Everest? I'd be in absolute awe if I went to Mount Everest and looked at Mount Everest with my own eyes. I don't get set to scale watching it from Invincible. But if I was at the bottom going, where's the top? I wasn't expecting a giant mountain here. Ben Nevis? No, not Ben Nevis. Well, Ben Nevis, yeah. Screw it, Ben Nevis. I lose the plot of like what I'm arguing about so much. But I still continue because it's funny to me. Chat, if you were placing cards on a bench, would you put it in front of the line or behind the line? With this one decision, I will know everything about you as a person. It was the bit where they have the remnants of the tunnels. There was something with a fence around it, so I took a photo and Lee was like, no, I think that's just a regular hole. Yeah, shout to regular holes. Question mark? Sideways on the line. Nice. So it's grinding the line like a skateboard?
Now I do wonder who won the coin flip and who chose to go first, because there's a very interesting...
Imagine if we were told that. That'd be kind of crazy. Blue tack to the underside of the table until put on the field. There was a video actually that I think Riken, you looked at the start of the stream, of somebody palming cards. So that's cool. People have been like hard cheating at World Championships. So shout out to the people that worked hard to get to Worlds and just decided to cheat during it.
Underwhelming-ish start, but that Klefki is just so strong.
Does have a pretty decent hand here. Has the Arven, also Forest Sealstone already.
It's
so,
a dinosaur.
Honestly, it's probably a good thing for Cal's sake that Klefki was opened with. This is definitely
My chair is shrinking, by the way. If you see me just suddenly move, my chair is just dropping because it's crap. Now, like, if they cheated at Worlds, they cheated their way to Worlds. No, they worked hard the entire time, legitimately. Then decided to cheat at Worlds where it actually matters. Right? There's no way you just cheat at a children's card game, right? Guys?
What is Jesse going to grab
Guys?
Arven here, Pablo?
I mean, I still think you perhaps go for the Nesball, and maybe you have an option to piece something with the Forest Sealstone, like you got a right.
God, the Klefki start here is terrible. It'd be tempting to go for like a cancelling clone in my Rhydon because of just the Klefki.
So I guess you just start slowly prepping.
I mean, Ryan Reynolds just announced he cheats at Worlds, so nothing is sacred anymore. What?
Right, and you have the switch card, or the Arven for a switch card.
Let's be real, if they had to cheat even one game, they were never winning anyway. Usually the case.
I would consider here as we see the right
Usually the case. If you can cheat well enough to not get caught, you're probably smart enough to just play the game properly.
Yeah, I think Arven is well in the hands. That could even find prime.
Interesting thought.
Just take a knockout with the Raikou.
He cheats at Wordle? How did he cheat at Wordle? Just guess words.
Based on the single route start he's had
I assume I've never played it.
I think that's something that Miraidon players get a little too tunnel vision.
Too busy sleeping for Pokemon Sleep.
Thank you very much. Best
So I
attack
catch
in
all the
deck,
sleep styles of
especially in this
Rattatas.
match. I have to go for it.
Only do that. Yeah.
While enjoying the
that's
song
like the only
Rattata
thing
by
they're good about. Jesse being a
Electric
very
Callboy and Baby Metal.
seasoned and experienced Miraidon player knows that's not gonna
While
happen.
also
That's
firing a
unrealistic
machine gun that goes
to happen
ratatata.
every single game. And Raikovi is really just the most efficient attacker in
while
this
saying
deck, and
goodbye
really
to a
one of the most
rodent.
efficient attackers in the
Ratatata.
game. Lightning Rondo dealing
No, that doesn't work. But you know, we tried. We pushed the boundaries here, chat. Everyone gets the same word every day, so you can just Google it.
Now, interestingly, though,
So surely after the first person
next return to the Iron Hand.
gets the word, there's no point in doing it because it's already been
Have
guessed.
that tunnel vision
What am I achieving by guessing the word at that
here
point?
as well. Choosing to try to threaten
How am I going to
with
prove that I didn't cheat, you know?
guaranteeing an attack of
Do I stream every time I play
Or
Wordle?
maybe Jesse not confident that he'll be able to find
What if I'm playing Wordle on the toilet?
the fleet-footed
I'm not allowed to stream that. I'm not
so
to disrespect.
that I would get to attack anyways. Make sure that he has the Iron Hands EX thread going. But now Calvin's gonna get a pretty comfortable turn. He has the
Who has the
Armor, he
peanut
has
gallery?
Buddy Puffin. He'll be able to fill up his bench with a couple more routes. Use the technical machine
Jesus.
with the energy that he has to get those fearless into play immediately.
I feel like I just... How many letters is it in Wordle? Is it 5? I would just guess the same word every day until I got it right. And that would be my TikTok channel, my TikTok series. Day 117 of guessing poodle in Wordle until it is correct.
Price card before that.
It'd be fine as long as you only stream your top half. My knees!
I will say, like, Miraidon is probably one of the decks that has the potential to
Minor could be the Wordle, so Doc probably only tries it once a day anyway. Destroyed.
extra prize cards on Pokemon that normally only gives
God, what a knobhead he is.
But this is certainly about
Not bad.
as good as it could be for
Yeah, it is.
in the starter that he had.
Couldn't say D-head.
Got with the TM evolution right away.
Knob's not a swear.
Brawls evolving all the way up
It isn't.
to Earlia, ready to
The Americans don't think so, and that's what that matters.
alignment and get through the deck.
You knob.
You can say
Coming
farming that.
into
Probably.
play, Technical Machine Evolution, a very, very cool card to achieve.
But you couldn't
that.
use a slang
Hard
term
work
for a
is probably
cigarette.
The best deck to utilize it at this point in time.
No, I don't like it either. It feels gross.
Out with the Arven,
Poodle
with
is
the
6
Wall,
letters. Damn it!
and perhaps relying
And this is why I've never competed in Wordle.
a little bit doesn't have the star ability
Yeah, competed.
to try to
Everything's a competition to me.
but at Radiant Greninja, not super helpful at this point in time.
Now I'm trying to think of 5-letter words and not paying attention to
Does
Pokemon
have
at all.
one copy of Professor's research in the deck,
Ba-da-da,
so you could even
da-da-da.
Forest Sealstone grabbing that in order to find a new hand. I don't know
If
there's
Nobbit
much
is fine, then so is
one
Cockwomble.
single
Yeah, it should be fine.
single boss's orders can do to lead to you getting
Cock is just a bird, right? A male bird?
You know, you don't even have any good abilities.
I remember when I was younger, my granddad used to refer to birds as dicky birds.
Don't have an energy attachment,
And
don't have electric generators,
I don't know how that works.
out, so it'll be
Because
interesting to see what Jesse
statistically, half of the birds won't be dicky
with
birds.
the Force Seal Stone. I could
But I think he was using the word dicky as small.
Grad might have been that researcher.
And to this day, I've never heard anybody else use the word like that.
to see what he goes
And
with here.
I occasionally think
I
about
have to
that.
imagine it's
But I
the
don't really know.
researcher shuffling his deck. The only other
I don't know what's going on.
hand really was the
Hapax
Arven,
Lego
so
Menon.
more than likely research is
Huh?
gonna come through, discarding the hand to draw 7 fresh new
Jungle's a 6-letter word, not a 5-letter word.
Professor's research.
I've heard people use that phrase. What?
And now the question comes for
If your
Jesse.
granddad was using dicky as small, I'm sorry for your
The
grandma.
Bloodmoon Ursa Luna that you currently have in your hand, there's no
I mean, he clearly got the job done. They had 5 kids, so
definitely not going to see Bloodmoon Ursa Luna this whole game.
it's not the size how you use it, I guess.
Research.
And his name is
There's no way I'm getting a follow after talking about my granddad's dick. That's wild. 8095, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciate it. Please raise your do's and tutors in chat for 80. Welcome, welcome.
in order to find any Pokemon tool card from the deck.
Like, the timing of people following is so questionable sometimes.
Generator actually playing a second copy of Force Sealstone. You don't see that too
I hurt
often.
my back lounging like that.
Jesse really valuing the
It hurts.
consistency option of the Star Alchemy V-Star power.
I never thought about how, like, absolutely disruptive Klefki is to Miraidon. This sucks.
And he's gonna be able to do a lot.
Is Klefki all basics as well?
Prime catcher, so he's gonna be able to unlock himself from that mischievous.
Also, first time I've seen Klefki on stream as well. Both Jesse and Calvin are 6-0, so I think they're already guaranteed for day 2, right?
So that research
It's weird they showed this game rather than like a winning in.
around here from Jesse for a very underwhelming turn to a
Streamer who just woke up realizing what's being streamed.
Yeah, can he co-op
Wait a minute!
amp you very much this time?
he can.
I also turned to Vince McMahon for some reason there.
Prime
Ugh.
catcher,
Okay, yeah.
and therefore
He's a
it
bit
comes
ill.
down to the two lightning energy from electric generator. I think you'd
Hello?
be happy getting an attack off, right, with arm press, but there is a possibility. Did draw 3 energies. There's another one in
Yeah, the energy's free.
play. There's one prize that leaves 11 lightning energy left in the deck as we see the Prime Catcher.
Yeah, here it comes.
There we go.
If he's able to get a pair of lightning energy here, gonna go for that concealed cards first. Drawing 2 cards. One of them was a lightning energy, at least. And the other being a nest ball. And this is
That is a handful of
interesting
energy.
argument, right? Do you go for the concealed cards or do you go for the generator? And we see kind of both sides of the coin with the 2 cards.
I would be
right?
tempted
They do an energy card,
to
which decreases his odds of generator, but he
go
also turns
Greninja
nest ball,
first, but
which lets him thin another card out of the deck.
go for the prayer.
Funnily enough, only one lightning energy.
Yikes.
The nest will get played before the electric generator.
Yeah.
So
Has he used the V-Star yet? Yeah, I was gonna say he could go DTE for
how does he reason? How does
manual
he plan
touch,
out
so he can use the Iron Hands, but
only one energy hit, so he
because
has
that's the
still
key to this
some
matchup.
from that Iron Hands. It's also still very
If God of War starts running away with it, then that's it. But if you can get Iron Hands going early enough,
but obviously
then
Ampuber's
you can't just
been
just take 2
quite
prizes every turn
powerful
on like
points in time.
on
Arm press
Curliers.
choice here over going for something like the lightning rod.
No manual touch. Okay.
Powered up that Raikou V if he wanted to.
2 Forest Seal Stone. He really didn't want to prize that, huh?
Great attacker here. It's got more HP thanks to the Bravery Charm. And it's
Just go for a knockout.
able to receive another energy card next turn to go for Ampu very
Okay.
much. Because it's pretty unlikely Cal's going to be able to deal with it from here. 1 prize card for
Yeah, I guess it's just a manual touch as long as you can get it back into the active. You good?
The reason why Calvin will have trouble dealing with his Iron Hands at this point in time is that there's currently no psychic energy in the discard pile, and
Rip
obviously
Pepperinos.
refinement is a very powerful ability, but
I like when they draw a circle and the camera angle changes.
right? You need to
They just
first
circled his crotch for no reason. That's so weird.
Calvin's setup all of a sudden got really threatened, and that research was really
I
fantastic.
think this
He was
is
able to hit that
Maridon favored.
single copy of Prime Catcher completely changed the game, and that's how powerful ace picks are, don't you think, Chip?
Yeah, absolutely. And you can see why Prime Catcher is often considered
Unfair Stamp could be. Yeah, makes sense.
Speaking of powerful
Although, to be fair, Unfair Stamp isn't
flip the
maybe
coin
the
here, grabbing
best thing right now, because
immediately
it
off
does
of
put
Arvin. I was gonna
energy
ask
back into the deck, which is exactly what's
Cal's
needed.
shoes at this point. You're staring down an Iron Hands. Yes, it's got 280 HP.
Like, it's one of the things that I always
This is
think
what
about when I'm
you
playing
are
against
scared
Lugia.
of as a Gardevoir
Like,
player.
using Iono on
Cal is
Lugia,
so
you know,
versatile.
makes sense, whatever.
So
But like, if they've got a
how
handful of
does
energy,
he
you're
respond
putting that back in their deck for them,
to
which
threat on Jesse's side of
just
the
feels horrible to have to do.
I think at this point in time, he's looking for...
Arguably,
psychic
Judge is the
energy
better
from
option, though.
Gardevoir EX. A Gardevoir EX has so much HP that it's not threatened at all by the Iron Hands EX, so that's one way you can mitigate the incoming damage that
Yeah,
could
so you have
happen at this
getting
point in
up to
time.
Guardy
However,
now would make
only
sense.
one refinement with no energies in the discard pile.
It's about just soaking damage at this
From the
stage.
left key retreating, it's gonna be a big ask for him to pull this.
That's also
off
going to
now.
be May.
Unfair Stamp is super powerful, just like Prime Catcher, but it is 5 random cards, right?
Ultra
And
Ball,
if
yeah, so we can get to the God of War.
Then a single energy, which Jesse plays a ton of.
No energy, though, for Cal. That
Yeah, I
sucks.
think Cal is going to have to refinement into specific.
There's like, what, 10 energy in the
cards
deck?
Here or Earthen Vessel.
You've seen
Wants to
one
block
so
the
far.
attack.
Oh, you got the refinements,
This would
though.
be the refinements. He's got Ultra Ball in his hand, so if he draws those energies, he could discard them and go get that Gardevoir EX.
2 energy off the top. Here we go.
Looks like it will be Scream Tail hitting that discard pile. Drawing 2. Does he find Earthen Vessel? He does find 2.
It is 2 energy.
Wow.
Well, one of them is the Darkness energy. This actually could still lead to an attack with Gardevoir EX here.
Yeah, you attach the darkness from hand. Now it will mean Calvin will need to discard something impactful.
gonna say, you're
whether
gonna need a
it's
lot
the
here
Boss
still.
Or the Iono, both of which are very powerful cards. Iono to help his
He's not happy about it, though.
turn, or do you give up on the one copy of Boss's Sword
See,
that you
so
have?
God of War's attack is
You
2
have
psychic,
no
1 colorless, so you
counter
can use the
available,
dark energy
right?
to just
You rank
manual
at the
attach,
boss,
but
likely the answer,
it's
and we're about to
annoying
see that
that
moving
this is the
forward.
way it's going to have to go.
Indeed, it will be the Gardevoir EX. Cal is really debating on that extra card to discard here. You can tell it's a tough choice. Going to even just bench the Ralts here. Not before using the town store. I don't think he's got
That's
any
where
cards left
Imposter
to
Professor
open.
Oak would come in handy. Your
Oh,
opponent
no,
discards their
no,
hand
no,
and draws
go back
7.
to his deck. I thought he had grabbed those now, but-
I suppose they haven't reprinted a card like that. Maybe they do in the Team Rocket set that's coming out.
Discard now with the Ultra Ball. So the
I'm really
Boss
looking
Sword
forward
and
to that.
Iono are both options moving forward. That's actually really, really good. Now the
Like, I
one
know I'm already
problem
hyped about
with
Starlight but like seeing the return of
Cal is
like partner Pokemon and
attack here.
Team Rocket,
He doesn't have any
that hits a very specific level of nostalgia for me.
Julius, and I mean, guessing.
And I usually hate
But
nostalgia, so
playing against Raiden,
you can tell it's quite special that I'm excited about it.
But unfortunately for Jesse, there's no Raichu. We talked
You know what?
about
If I was playing
no way to deal with that
on
high
stream
HP
with
of
these
Garden
graphics,
React, so
I would
just
be
perfect
moving my cards all the
for
time to
Calvin,
make them
and
have to
you
move
see
the
how
UI.
thin the margins are in the World Championship.
So a
Jesse
boss's
barely getting out of the
orders
awkward
would
hand
work
with that
here
prize
to take
capture
2 more
single
prize
knockdown, and
cards.
Calvin having the perfect refinement. Anything else different by either of these players, we could be speaking about a completely different game.
190 damage.
Why are we pausing?
Hit into that Iron Hands EX. Jesse with just 2 cards in hand at the moment. Due to Cal's unfair stamp, will draw 1 to start the turn.
It's a base set
shortly.
card. Oh, is it? I thought it was
Discussion
Rocket.
happening at the table between the players and the judges. Not exactly sure what's happening here. Try to get word. Could just be, some minor thing. Just judges making sure everything is all good to go. I didn't notice anything.
So it is.
Did you, Pablo? I think
I
it should be
did
okay.
not know.
Never mind then.
Not noticed
Ignore me.
anything. I mean, the only thing I'm
It's
noticing
above
is
Here Comes Team Rocket in the binder.
Other than that, game seems pretty clean to me so far.
They heard him.
Don't see anything else that would merit a pause, but we'll get information.
Oh, was it the use of...
about
No.
what's
Did
going
you say
on
Town Store, maybe?
as we can.
Yeah, looks like a head judge is being brought to the table,
Oh.
actually. Potentially discussion around...
And his name
Judge call?
is
Judge
John
call?
C.
I'm just going to skip it forward till we've got an answer to this. Linda77 Katniss, thank you very much for the follow. Very much appreciate it. Please raise your tutoros and doodles in chat.
Second in North America play the deck
Very exciting to see.
aggressively to be around a guard.
That goes on for a while.
Could be getting 3 energies though onto it. Could be a little tricky. There's no way if SNDPT becomes a lightning.
I assume the head judge is behind that world's barrier. Yeah. They gotta keep him safe.
Does play a couple double turbo energy, so makes it a little bit easier. Looks like play has commenced here. We're getting back into the game. Jesse drawing for turn and immediately
Any word?
utilizing the town store. It does look
Oh!
like a 2 prize penalty has been awarded, so Jesse will need to take 2 fewer prizes in order to win this game, and that changes things to take 2 fewer
That wasn't me.
prizes in order to win this game, and that changes things pretty massively, to be honest.
I don't know what the
It
penalty
very
was,
much
but
gets
Calvin's
turned
effed up
into
somewhere.
A 1 prize KO on literally anything with literally any of Jesse's attackers means Jesse wins this game.
Yeah, now you even have enough time to attack into the Garden War EX, right, and make sure that
Death.
you knock that out eventually. You could even
So it's a 2 prize penalty for Calvin, which means Jesse has to take 2 less prize cards.
plenty of
I
avenues
don't
to
know what it was
open
for.
up for Jesse, and we are getting confirmation that there was a double prize penalty for pace of play.
Oh, double prize penalty for pace of play. So Calvin was just taking too long, slow playing, basically.
Using tandem unit. We do see the attachment for
I
onto the Iron
am
Hand.
very
That's what
happy
we're talking
to
about now. Jesse kinda
see
feels fine to
people getting punished for that, because it
get
goes
in
on
some
way
arm
too
press
much.
here. What a quick adjustment from Jesse, recognizing the situation.
So from here, Jesse's win condition is the Iron Hands on the board, on bench.
You're the winner, so we're gonna see
That one,
another
yeah, that one. Would go for a knockout on this one, and it'd be worth 3 prize cards rather than 2. So now
Yeah, just a hit as well.
Jesse needs to get that Iron Hands out of the active and get that one powered up. So you need a switch card and another energy.
Can Jesse respond to this? That is the question. He's got Squawkabilly. What's the other card?
The other Squawkabilly.
Oh dear.
2 Squawkabilly EX.
Passed it
Draw
over.
And a pass. Now back over to Cal. Now the question becomes for Cal, do you take this knockout?
And do you play this
And do you play the Iono? It's another good question.
Yeah, because like,
Huh.
I mean, if Calvin takes the knockout, then Jesse gets 3 cards off of his Serendipity. So I guess the Iono is a
Serendipity.
little less relevant.
Yeah, I mean, you got to take a knockout at some point, right? It's how you win the game.
1 energy gives Jesse the win. So, and Calvin doesn't really have a better way.
So-
I mean, Iono could provide him with a better basic Pokemon.
God of
but
War is
that's
on
just
20, 200 damage.
orders,
So yeah,
not looking good.
just a straight ampy very much as a knockout.
Jesse has that double price penalty. He still gets to draw 5 cards from Iono because he hasn't.
Okay, Monkey Dory fixes that.
This is a pretty good draw here from Cal, able to use that Monkey Dory, attaches the Darkness Energy.
That'll move 30 damage.
Arena Barain will move 3 damage counters from his side of the field to his opponents.
That's annoying.
Set up for some interesting plays, interesting KOs, and it will be the counter catcher after bossing last turn, Countercatcher will now bring up the Iron Hands EX in order to clear all those lightning energy out of play.
What was the hesitation there?
That means Jesse will not
That's
have
weird.
any active or readily available attacker, and the 5 cards he got from Iono were 4 energies and 1 Ultra Ball chip. So
You got to heal the God of War
many
off.
energies or no energies when he needs them, and I think it's gonna come down to this, like, flip the script. Yeah, Serendipity X could come in super handy at this point in time.
6, 12, 18,
Monkey Dory moving
22.
counters from
The Iron Hands survives on 1 health.
Iron Hands EX
Or 10
with
health, sorry.
1 HP remaining. Cal setting up for a multi-prize turn on the next
Yeah,
turn.
Cal can do some work here.
Even pull off an attack this turn, let alone.
Look when slow players don't get
damage
punished.
very much off, let alone KO the Gardevoir. Can he attack with anything?
Well,
He's got to look at all these energy cards.
there's so many, I know. He hasn't drawn.
Yikes.
from the
This ain't looking
skill
good,
set
actually.
for Ninja as well, but the more energies you have in your hand, the less likely your electric
Energy.
energy. More energy.
Does find that switch card, which actually could be kind of nice in order to heal that Iron Hands, keep it out of range of the Monkey Dory.
God, he needs so
Does
much
have that
here.
with the script, the brand new Pheasantipity, drawing 3 cards.
More energy.
Ultra Balls, and a
Lumi's
Lumion,
interesting.
which Can get an Arvin.
Yeah.
And get electric generator.
But how many energy cards are there?
I can't imagine there's many.
There is
left
a
in the
very-
deck at this point, and if you go for the Arvin, then you can't play boss, right? So you can't
No,
play
like I say, I
boss.
think there's a chance of a full price knockout still next turn, but there isn't.
Calvin could still pull this off, I think.
I don't know what's causing the
Yeah,
camera
this is
shaking.
a
It was really
very
annoying.
interesting position. I mean, Jesse can take this 1 prize KO this turn, maybe with something like the
So Lumi for the Arvin, and we're going to see Generator and
by KOing the Gardevoir
Filler.
on Cal's bench next turn with any of his attackers. That may be the option. Professor Turo has already hit the discard pile for Cal. That would normally be a way that you could.
Yeah, but there's the
set that
2 of
Gardevoir,
them.
Get it out of play. There is not a
The head
collapse
judge is hard at
immediately
work.
useless for Cal. That would be an option. I know one
Yeah,
thing about
apparently.
this electric generator is
You feel like you tell them to calm down a little bit. That's causing a lot of motion on the ocean, you know what I
I
mean?
feel like there's 5 energy total in Jesse Parker's hand. Big electric generator coming in. No energy.
Oh,
no energy. One
one.
energy. Barely getting there.
does find an energy card now.
I mean, you can
gotta ask the question,
you can attach that to the Iron Hands and then manual attach another.
The Raikou does have
Okay.
200 HP. It is not
Pay no
completely
attention
out
to
of
the judge
range
behind the curtain.
of the knockout of Gardevoir
But
because
they're
of
annoying me.
that brain ability, allowing Gardevoir to hit those higher thresholds.
I did.
Very, very
Oh,
key.
Temple of Sinnoh's in play, isn't it?
Another issue Jesse
Never mind.
facing
Ignore
is
me.
that he plays no Iono. He has no way to reshuffle those energies back into his deck for a potential future electric generator.
Huh?
We're actually going to see him just send up.
Oh,
Iron
okay.
Hands is going to use the switch card, like we mentioned earlier, healing that damage, using fleet-footed, drawing
More
one
energy!
card, another energy card.
What is
Good
happening?
God.
Jesse is crossing his fingers here that Cal is going to play Iono this turn. Was that 4 energies? 5 energy cards?
5 in hand. You have to wonder
And
if maybe playing
for context, that deck runs
worth it
15.
and just get more
So-
points in the deck to really get those margins
Yikes.
over a little bit, but does find the knockout, and now it's all on.
So it's
Jesse.
whether we can get a 2-prize knockout now on
Cal with
the big
4
lad at the
prizes
bottom.
remaining is going to have to take 2 knockouts. He's going to replace the stadium. Uses Artisan now, searching the deck for any.
Artisan
Pokemon
turns
that does
the
not have a
DTE
move
back on, so if we can get energy onto
It will
the
be the
Iron
second
Hands, it's
Monkey Dory.
able to
Not
attack.
gonna be super useful
I don't know how
because
many
the
generators have been
energy are in
used.
play, but just thinning the deck.
Yeah, there's probably no.
The unfair
way
stamp
they
seems to have been like
probably
really
don't
bad for
have
Jesse because it
Gardevoir
just
yet.
gave them a
Probably
load
no
of
way
energy.
to really get that energy back into the discard pile and then super out it back to be able to utilize
Double
those
Monkey Dory as well.
to
Eek,
potentially
gross.
take down the Iron Hand. So
Iono, yes!
Calvin tries to do here. We
Jesse
see
needs this.
Iono limiting Jesse's hand down to 4 cards only, which is still a pretty good amount, and all those energies heading back into the deck. Jesse will be very grateful for.
If Jesse can shuffle the deck and then use a generator, he's going to be in a really good place.
Into electric generator to put those energy cards, assuming, of course, Cal takes a knockout here. Now, is Cal going to take a knockout here is the question, and it looks like the answer is no. Are we going for the mind bend?
Yep.
Are indeed. How often do you see confusion? And now we're seeing it at one of the highest stake matches at NAIC, and now once again here at the
Still retreat out of that.
with 2 undefeated players. That confusion.
Have we seen Jesse's ace spec?
In a pinch, right?
Is it Prime Catcher? And how's it been used?
Here, moving 3 damage counters over to that Iron Hands. Yes, Iron Hands just taking 30, losing 30, taking 30, losing 30. And here comes the confusion on the Raikou very, very soon.
Now, ask Jesse, do you risk the coin flip? There's also the possibility to go, no, you can't damp you very much because of that Bravery Charm increase.
Unless there's a lost vacuum available.
Right.
Boss's orders. He's not far off.
Once again showing up.
And with no knockout being taken from Cal, Artisan is not able to be used, so the energies can't be shuffled, but an Ultra Ball can be utilized here. Not before going for the...
You got to Ultra Ball away the Squawks, surely.
Here is the Ultra Ball now, getting rid of probably both of the useless Squawkabilly at this point. He does have Boss's orders. And is there enough damage on that Gardevoir? Is it going to come down to a coin flip? Does Jesse just go for it?
I think he has to.
I mean, Jesse's got the fleet-footed draw as well, right?
Get anything significant. If he takes the prize card, then he knows now his deck is full of energies, right? So you just need to find one of the electric generators. And
You gotta fleet-footed will find something.
He has 1 prize, so he can rely on that 25% chance that he gets the electric generator, and that could finally push him beyond the finish line.
When a confused Pokemon attacks in the Pokemon TCG, you have to flip a coin. If
heads hits here, then Jesse wins the game.
Attack fails and you deal 30 damage to yourself, and that is what this
Come on.
game will likely come down to. There is the flip.
Yes!
It is the heads. Jesse Parker able to take the KO. Taking the
I love seeing a Gardevoir get taken down.
Huge Boss's orders into the confusion flip. That's the second time we've
As an unbiased commentator, though, that was very lucky. Good job to all competitors.
That was so back and forth, and it seemed like Calvin got like a ray of hope at that point.
The monkey flip is so ridiculous. Like, the damage manipulation alone is kind of crazy. The fact it's got a confusion attack on it as well, so mad. I can't wait till Gardevoir dies off next set. Or next format, sorry. No, next rotation. Once those Curliers go, I think, like, that deck is going to really struggle.
Cal was not in a terrible spot in what should be a pretty terrible.
Unless he goes to a Reveroom build.
I mean, I think you see Cal's
Well, you know, other things will get printed with trade.
points, right? You know, he's
So just run 2 of those alongside Rotz, Rare Candia. There'll be ways. I don't think you have to be unbiased. This isn't the BBC. Do you think the BBC is unbiased?
That Iron Hands is very, very threatening. We saw it
Meant to be, yes.
taking a
But
knockout on Arculia, really slowing down Cal, but
you're right.
able to
The BBC
respond,
should
take
be
it
unbiased.
with The Gardevoir EX take another KO, eliminating the energies. from
Instead,
the
unlike the BBC, I am
resources
unbiased.
For Jesse, however, 1 energy off of
God, that red text is horrible to look out in the blue.
to allow Jesse
Has Jesse Parker got his own logo tattooed on his arm?
Despite the Mind Bend being utilized, and Mind Bend can be good in a pinch, right? But it's still half the time it'll be useful, half the time it won't be.
I need to see his
Those are
arm.
pretty strong though, because you
Sir, show me your arm!
give yourself a 50-50 chance to win a game that you had a 0% chance to win otherwise. And that's what Cal had to go for in the last game. We'll see what happens here in game number 2. We are kicking things off. Jesse Parker will be going second, it looks like. Cal,
Makes sense.
of course, can choose to go
Decidueye, my boy!
based on the results of game number 1. And immediately after starting a Ralts, plays a Buddy Pop it, and Cal is going to be playing quickly. No more pace of play penalties. And also,
God, could you imagine? Does it get doubled if you get another pace of play penalty? Double it, pass it on. Okay, pretend to be.
A little bit to really get going.
I can never pretend to be unbiased. It's why I don't think I can actually be like a judge at a regional level. If I don't like somebody, that's it. I'm kidding. I'd be great.
Very quickly set up as we see double Arbin being priced could be problematic to allow for that TM evolution play.
Thanks. So I imagine we'll see a retreat of the Ralts into the Klefki.
At this point in the metagame.
because that'll really slow things down.
Utilize TM Evolution to get those Pokemon into play as quickly as possible. And speaking
Yeah,
as
okay.
quickly as possible, Cal's got to make some decisions pretty fast.
This
here.
tattoo.
Earth and Vessel will discard the basic
Ah!
energy you mentioned in game 1. How that is something that can be a
Yeah,
problem.
that tattoo. How did you find that?
Down into the discard pile. Cal's able to do that just now. Get one down, get two more to hand, giving himself plenty of options to move.
Twitter. Oh, okay.
The perfect card to accomplish that. Gets you energy, allows you to discard energy, gets you the energy to discard it later. So overall, pretty perfect. And now we're gonna see that mischievous.
There we go. Yes, that tattoo, but I couldn't see it properly still. I couldn't tell if it was a J and a P.
However, I think I do see boss's orders.
Oh, I can see how you do this. It's annoying, but I can see how you're gonna have to do this.
Squawk and Seas draw a new hand.
Oh, you've got boss as well.
Couple energy cards here, and a little bit of a question: do you attach the energy cards to your Iron Hands, or do you go for the Squawk and Seas and hope to draw double turbo plus a switch card plus an electric?
So you need so much for an Iron Hands play here.
It is possible.
It's a lot to ask for, especially because you've already exhausted your supporter option, right? You can Arven for potentially the electric generator and a Force Seal Stone to help you get those cards. Now, very underwhelming draw here for Jesse. No real follow-up. Does have the Mew potential.
That's a really terrible hand.
One extra card, I do believe, maybe two this turn if he ends up benching everything and attaching all the tool cards, but with...
Are you going to go Miraidon on this? I guess you could at this stage if you've got all the cards available to you.
There's no room for Miraidon. There's no V Pokemon to make use of the two copies of...
Yeah, but at some point...
That restart ability from you is really going to have to put in...
That bundle isn't going to be in the active.
Holding off, maybe waiting to see what the draw is
Arven.
before any decision is made. It will be an Arven.
Energy and Arven.
That does open
Name a better combo.
for the next turn with the pair of energy cards being found. Now, where does the attachment go? That is the question, and it looks like...
But yeah, the bundle is like, once it goes to the bench, it can just like get off the bench. It can just be discarded, so... You got space. Wow!
Very underwhelming start here for Calvin. Those two Arvens being prized.
That sucks.
Getting in the way of Calvin's setup. Nothing accomplished. So now Jesse, I mean, he doesn't want to...
You gotta go generate a rescue board here.
To seize the advantage here.
That's gotta be the play.
Prize cards, it looks like this Arven, of course, grabbing any Pokemon tool card.
Is it double Squawk in this deck as well? Jeez.
Looking at the prizes for
There's like so many like two ofs that I would never like expect.
Blood Moon Ursaluna would be pretty terrible, but this is not one that Blood Moon comes into play that often.
You gotta go generate a rescue board.
But something that he may be able to take early on, and he's looking like he's eyeing up the electric generator and the rescue board. If he gets a 2 energy hit here, we're gonna see an Ampu very much take
Is there not
this Clef.
already an energy in hand?
I think he might only need one.
Yeah, only needs one off the generator. If he hits 2, he's got
the double turbo energy.
Thank you very much.
So yeah, we could see Jesse beat the...
Come on.
Not entirely sure, Chip. Yeah.
Oh, DT, hell yeah, dude.
1 energy is all Jesse Parker needs to take 2 prize cards. 5 cards from the top.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
A big
Yes!
energy. There is the double hit.
That's insane.
Into play on his lightning Pokemon however he would like. Cal knows what.
Sorry, I mean,
2 energy being
good
put on
good
one.
draw of the electric generators there, old chum and chap.
And it will be an Ampu.
Jolly ho, what?
This is why the matchup can be so tough.
Sorry, I'm a real perennial God of War hater ever since I thought it would be a good deck before Scarlet Violet even came out.
It's too much to fight back. Will
Skirt.
Cal be able to find a path back
Eat.
into this game? He's going to need
And
a lot
bink him
of
with the amp.
from the top of his deck.
Not anywhere close to getting a Gardevoir EX set up. He did top deck an Ultra Ball.
Nice.
So he will be able to
Boo, 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 boo. Get a hobby.
Other Iron Hands EX, thanks to that counter catcher, does have Unfirst Stamp in his hand, so we'll be able to see other cards. Can't afford to conserve that super odd research. Just
Switch card does exist in the deck, so it shouldn't be too bad.
Has to make something happen. It's not impossible, right? It's definitely not impossible. That Iron Hands gets stuck in.
It's kind of annoying that the rescue board's going to get discarded off the Iron Bundle, but it is what it is.
On the bench, something along those lines could happen. So
But yeah, you're going to need to see a Switch card now to get his Iron Hands out of the active.
And, I mean, Jesse's only going to get a couple of cards to work with here. Now, he does have the Mew EX on the bench, so we could see...
So someone who doesn't watch PTCG at all, I assume each competitor can only bring one deck to the event. Yeah, in previous iterations of Worlds, Day 1 and Day 2 were functionally separate tournaments, so you could swap a deck from Day 1 to Day 2, but now it's all one big tournament, so you can only bring one deck. No sideboarding or anything like that. You can bring like other decks for like other side events and things like that, but for the main tournament, it's only one deck.
Then probably wouldn't want to be shuffling right there because time is also of the essence. We're gonna see that refinement does hit the energy, does have the technical machine evolution.
There
Wow.
we go. Massive
Bad.
Yeah, but the problem is, if Jesse can move this Iron Hands, he's going to be 4 prizes up already.
Successfully buys Cal a turn. I mean, this is what he needs in order to fight back in this game. Otherwise, it could be a quick one in Jesse Parker's favor.
I hope Jesse wins this. Do you think the style they used to play in Hearthstone would work in PTCG, where they bring 3 different decks, you know, the class of each, but not the list, then it's a best of 3? I think there are formats that do stuff like that. We've done Conquest format before, where you bring 5 decks, and whoever wins with each of those decks first wins. I think for official tournaments, probably not. I think that's a bit too much to ask of like every competitor. But as a general like structure, it's absolutely doable.
A little bit more. There is always the risk that you draw into your Curlias. You know, I've seen Tord Reklev when he's played Gardevoir in the past actually hold off on playing his supporter for turn in order to guarantee that he can grab the Curlias out of the deck with TM Evolution. But in this case, it works out just fine for Cal. 3 Curlias in play. And
3 Curlias is pretty scary.
An Arvin, an Electric Janitor, and a Boss's Hoarder. So pretty much the perfect 3 cards to close out this game. You first grab your switch card off of your Arvin, you thin your deck, you get another Iron Hand.
So as long as there's a switch card here, we're good.
And then you have the game-winning boss in your hand to just amp you very
Let's switch card.
for a
Yep.
third consecutive turn.
I guess for the entire thing it'd be a bit too much, but what if it were like the quarter or semi-finals and onwards? I still think that'd be a bit too much, because like you'd have to have that format for everybody, I think, to keep it fair. And I think juniors, well, seniors and juniors especially, would find that like very overwhelming. It's like it'd be doable. Like you could absolutely do that in like a home grassroots tournaments and things like that. But I think for big things like this, to keep it all simple, streamlined, and etc., I think it just makes way more sense to go one deck list.
Here is that he already has the Iron Bundle in play. That could be a way Cal could try to play around the Iron Hands amp you very much as possible. It's going to put a lot more pressure on Cal. He may actually have to put 2 Gardevoir EX in play.
He's got the boss as well.
2 Gardevoir EX would perfectly play around the Iron Bundle play that you mentioned, Chip. So probably going to be his goal. Could even do it through the second copy of Technical Evolution.
Come on.
But big Electric Generator here as well for Jesse to...
Let's go!
Board, right?
Iron Hands that it prevents
that was
Cal
weird.
from going for this exact same play once again. Now, one nice thing for Jesse as well here is that he already has the Iron Bundle.
It went backwards for some reason. I don't
play.
really know
could
why
be a
that
way
happened.
Cal could try to play around the Iron Hands amp you very much as possible. It's going to put a lot more pressure on Cal. He may actually have to put 2 Gardevoir EX in play.
Preemptive Let's Go, apparently.
EX would perfectly play around
It's got louder as well.
Play that you mentioned, Chip. So probably
I think it's a weird like restart or
could
something.
even do it through the second copy of Technical Evolution, but big Electric Generator
Turn
here
down.
as well for Jesse.
I repeat, let's go!
Does hit 2 energies. Now there's
Dude, those Iron Hands are terrifying.
Fully powered up. Still hasn't used the restart ability either.
Hasn't manually attached yet either.
More cards, and this time around, the Prime Catcher has not been utilized. Therefore,
I think it'd be quite tempting to put your manual attach onto the Zapdos so it can't get bench locked.
Now, one minor thing here. I think I would have liked to see Jesse put an energy card onto the Zapdos here. It does have 2 retreats, so it's got a...
Hit me? I'm smart.
Active, and he actually has drawn an energy now off of Mew. Let's see if he'll attach it to Zapdos. No,
That feels greedy, but I imagine you've got Prime Catcher to rely on later.
Yeah, I think putting an energy on the Zapdos would have been the most conservative and smartest thing Jesse could have done.
Yeah, I agree with that.
that Zapdos could be an issue, even pointing out to it as perhaps telling, yep, should have gone over here, right? Because now counter catcher.
He wasn't pointing that out. He's pointing as an extra 10 damage for the knockout.
Close out the game. If he does that, his bench is also almost full.
Why do I know more than the commentators?
Because
he was questioning how it was a knockout.
Not gonna be perfect.
I could see that.
Refinement discards the technical machine evolution in order to find a technical machine devolution, which will also be discarded
know.
pretty quickly from the next refinement. There's a basic psychic energy we're going to see go down. pair of stadiums
Temple
being
Temple
found
Iono
off
could go
that.
pretty hard here.
Super helpful. I guess the Temple of Sinnoh does turn off the double turbo energy, which is nice. Means that if the Zapdos is brought up, it can't be retreated with just the double turbo energy, so I guess that's not totally irrelevant here. And Cal does already have the Iono in hand.
I'd be surprised if we don't see an Iono here.
Now that other technical machine evolution that was just discarded, if you evolve the active Gardevoir and then you evolve the bench one, that's one way you can play around the Iron Bundle. Cal just banking on drawing both Gardevoir EXs off of this.
Started shuffling, then check the hand.
He's got to attack this turn, I think, right? Like,
yeah, at the very least, yeah, ideally, yeah.
Switch card. That's game. I think that's game.
Never going to be a super strong play, but and what do you know,
yeah,
Pablo?
there you
It
go.
ends up working out.
Yeah, it does.
It might not be game because if Gardevoir's in the active,
right? Take 2 prizes and potentially put Jesse on a sort of clock as well. If you alternate between both Gardevoir EXs and Jesse, it's not
countercatcher Gardevoir's probably the play here.
We could see Calvin potentially run away with this game.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. It's going to really come down to what did Jesse Parker draw from this Iono. Now, I know he just took an Arvin off the prize cards, so now that's at the bottom of the deck.
Switch card boss is game. Prime catcher is also game.
Restart into it.
Iron Bundle isn't game because you just bring up the other Gardevoir.
Boss's orders would win him the game. He's gotten a lightning energy and a switch card. He can maybe thin some cards out here and go for the
I thought there was a
restart.
Greninja on bench, but there isn't.
It's going to be a close one.
Calvin debating whether to counter catcher, take 2 prizes, get on the board, or quite simply attack him to the Iron Hands and set something up. I think at this point, yeah, it's going to be the attack onto the active.
Okay.
Potentially get a later knockout with Monkey Dory.
I mean, that Iron Hands has got time to just do some damage. That boss?
Top decks the boss's order.
Now, the stadium card is in play. Oh, but he can retreat. The
Hey, that's game.
Either way, Iron Hands able to take the knockout with
God
very
damn.
much, sending Jesse Parker to a 7-0 record into day 2. What a game. You can see just
The top
dominance,
deck of
the
boss was
absolute
huge there.
pressure that Miraidon can throw out.
Yeah,
All right, let's get us into the last
reason
game.
why it's favored against Gardevoir, right? And we just saw it. Those frail.
Now I can go rest my voice. Master Swiss rankings are here as well. Some of these people up there, like.
Miraidon